Hello everyone, I hope you're well. Today's video came out of a conversation about what correct technique is. So this person was saying that in their organisation they are taught very specific versions of specific techniques and they can only do them the one way and that's it. If they want to get their certificate, that's what they've got to do. And any kind of variation at all upon that was frowned upon. So this brought forward this conversation about what is correct technique and why learning variations of techniques is of course useful. So here's a short clip from our recent winter camp where I went through a technique that I know there is lots of variants of. I hope you find this useful. If you do, smash the like button, normal stuff, and thanks a lot for watching. One of the things that happens in all, if you like, organised martial arts, especially if you've got a big organisation and there's a syllabus that's practiced across the entire group with multiple clubs, is that syllabus becomes quite sacred, and to get your next certificate you have to perform certain things, and it just becomes not learning by rote, but there's certain things you have to learn. And people concentrate on that and then they move on to the next rung on the ladder. And the problem is that quite often there are more than one ways of doing a particular technique or responding to a particular attack or stimulus, shall we call it. But one gets chosen by whoever is the technical kind of director or whatever, and that's the one that gets trained as their kihon, as their basic. And quite often it means that other techniques or other alternatives will not get lost, but they'll get kind of shelved a bit, shall we say. So what I want to do, just because I've been around a while and I like collecting oddities, as you can see by all of you sitting here. I want to just show you some variations on techniques that you all know that you might not have done, or you may not have done often. So we'll pick. We've been doing quite a bit of rolling about. Well, let's do Kaiten. Okay. So we'll do it from the shoulder grab. Now, technical training. We're just looking at this from the point of view of a teaching thing. If someone grabs you like this, most of the time I'm not worried about this. I'm worried about the impending repeated punch in the face that I'm going to get. Right? So most of the time, if I'm outside of the dojo and someone grabs me like this, my flinch reaction is going to take me into blocking. And the minute I make contact with that, if I can't feel something that will put me to safety or take balance, I'm expecting that knee to come up because that's the next obvious space. All of these things chain. Just want to put that in as a reference point, because what we're doing is looking just at the shapes of the techniques from this as a beginning. Does that make sense? All right, so this isn't a fight. Kaiten from here. One is often taught off to the side, striking in the direction of the balance, taking hold of here, base of the bicep, hip goes through deep, bum goes through first, I'm rotating and taking the balance. I get this lovely arm lock as I go down the length of the arm, and as my hip withdraws, he gets brought into my posture. This is a lovely shape, and then hand on the head, and of course I'm going through his balance point. If most people have got flexible shoulders, I haven't, but I could throw him that way and he would be able to turn out. So I'm going across the shoulder, I'm trying to pick up the lats, and as we've all been playing with today, I've got a lovely atemi with the knee if I wish. If you're doing this with someone that's new and they've just got their rolling underway, take them to the 12 o'clock, take them to the top dead centre and let them fall out of it, because this can be one of those things where you over rotate people, just a little safety thing. So here, underneath here, I'm going very slowly. I'm fully aware that if this atemi didn't do the job, he's got the hand free. So bang, under, hip, back down the length of the arm where the balance point is. This gathers this up. There's my spiral. I could of course just sink down to the floor, but there's the shape. So one more. Hey. Okay, everyone happy? Let's try that one. That's your under the arm version. This one's quite common, you'll have seen this. Changing the feet and striking and taking the balance off to the corner here. And I have to change my feet because I'm 2 inches tall. If I don't change feet and I just move off to the side, I quite often can't reach someone with longer arms at all for the tummy. The other thing it breeds, which is useful from a technical point of view, if we're just treating these as technical exercises, as I change feet, I'm making a rotation. This is much more powerful than me trying to pull someone heavier and stronger, because I can use the base and I can drive up with the strongest muscles in my body, and I can rotate, and I can still, to a certain extent, keep alignment. Make sense? So, here. Hey. Dropping down the base of the inside of his thumb. So my thumb is going to the base of the inside of his thumb, and then this is the important bit, I'm going to sink. Now I'm not going to bring him back up when I come over, because that gives him his kazushi back. So I'm going to use this arm, open this foot up, and attack here to hopefully break the grip off. Then I can make my big Aikido kaiten sweep and through. But even if we're going to just treat this as a technical study, we've still got to make sure that we are, if this is still on, I've got the ikkyo on the shoulder there, that we've still got some common sense behind it. If they just let go and you're standing there playing windmills, the thing is pointless. So one more. So this is, if you like, shall we say this is in the way of ikkyo. Always being nice. And I'm literally just doing that with my arm to get around underneath. I was always taught that, the true kaiten was this shape. In my experience, quite often you'll end up like this, or like this, or like this. As long as the body of your partner, the kazushi in this, the balance, it's very easy to think it's this. It's not. It's the head taking the weight forwards into the toes. So this is more important. If you find yourself out here for a kaiten, and there's a big space here, you're using strength and you're compromising your own structure to take his balance. You want to make sure whichever version you do, you're here, so that you can just change your level, compress, and then this is just whatever you need. There's another one from here. You can just, but let's keep it the same. So, over. There's that lovely shape, and through. If you want to try, for you seniors, if you want to try the direct one, hey. But it tends to be just following the way their feet allow them to fall. Follow the balance. Have a go. Another version. Let's just say I'm going back to involving my flinch reaction in this. Someone grabs me like this. You would have punched me right through the gap there. That's no use, is it? But you see what I mean? You're aware of that shoulder coming up and you're bringing these up. So let's just say this time we're going on the other arm. Then we've got kaiten. And again, it's a bit long form Aikido, but the shape is still there. The feeling of, okay, we can do this the other way around. Even from here, as he grabs, I can go up and change the space. I can go up and fill in. So here. Now I've got to watch. I don't push him straight into his balance, into his structure. Because if he knows he's doing his steps back, I'm going to get that back knee, or he's just going to out-muscle me anyway, because I'm never the strongest or the fastest. So if you want to break this down for a technical thing, I need to move my foot across so I can rotate my hips. This is holding on tightly, and I go into him. He's going to soon get his balance back, and then it's going to be a grappling fetch. I want to drift this into his toes so that he has to let go. Right? So, yeah, here. There's the ikkyo aspect. Now see how far away I am from the kaiten? So as I slide in, as with all kaiten, I want to get back into there so I've got my weight for the shape. And the throw on the end is largely academic. If you've got them into their toes and you've sunk them down. I remember seeing Saito Sensei curling the head under to make the knee more pleasant. You know, I mean, there's a million ways of doing these things. Hey, open it up through. Have a go. This one we might get you to do in groups because it takes up a bit of space. This one was always referred to as the ballistic chitin. How are you feeling? Not sure this will all stay in shot. So the same deal, off the line, I'm going underneath, striking. This time my strike, I'm striking across and I'm using my tegatana to attack the carotid. So I'm doing this. So this comes up under here, and now the rest of his body movement. I've got to get way past him. This stays in line with my centre. So I'm not going under or over the arm, I'm going around him, and because he's falling into his feet and then has to make a step to follow my turn, that brings his head down. This is a real one from the archives, so if you haven't seen it before, so off, strike. Now, don't use your arms, move your whole body. I'm trying to keep my arms as still as possible to prove the point. It's literally Irimi Tenkan kind of thing. Just a pure Taisabaki movement. Change the shape. So, into here, get this away. Move through. Don't start the turn until you feel there the weight is gone into his feet. Now, as he starts to move that foot and fall, then I can do my rotation. All right, one more. Good lad. Hey, hey. Try.